Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Twin State Podcast. We're your hosts, Luke and Jackson Hershey, twins from Charlotte, North Carolina. Same face, two opinions, and we are so excited to be back with another episode for you guys. But before we drop into our interview, which we're excited to share, we got to talk about the NBA lottery, which happened last night. And we are big Charlotte Hornets fans. I'm a big Duke fan, so I was excited to see where Mal Watch, Con Canupu, Cooper Flag were going to end up. But the big thing was, would the Charlotte Hornets get Cooper Flag? And we were shocked because the Washington Wizards and the Utah Jazz were really out of it within the first 2 minutes. And we got to the Final Four of Charlotte in it, and we were thinking, holy crap. Oh, like the Hornets are going to get Cooper Flag, and they did not. So he's going to do some really big things in Dallas. But it kind of leads us to think, is the whole system rigged? I'd love, Jackson, just to hear your thoughts on the whole NBA lottery.
Yeah, for sure. Personally, for me, it looked a little rigged. You look at three worst teams. You got the Wizards, you got the Jazz, and you got the Hornets. None of which are in the top three picking. It ended up being the Sixers with a team that consists of McCain, Embiid, Paul George. You got the guys picking it all with Flag. You already got Kyrie Irving, you got Anthony, and you got Spurs with Wembanyama. Looks a little suspicious. You got the Hornets and the other two kind of behind, not really high-level market teams. So when there's a really dominant player, it always seems like there's a little shift in how the lottery should end up. And it's happened again this year. So a lot of people don't believe in the suspicion of a lottery being screwed up a little bit, but it definitely would lead people to think that maybe there might be some stuff going on behind the scenes. So that's my personal take on it.
Yeah, I think it definitely was. And when you get down to the numbers, the chances of Dallas getting that pick is less than 2%. The Charlotte Hornets had a 13%. They had the best odds with the Jazz and the Wizards to get Cooper Flag. So I think some of that's just disappointment because you want him back here in Charlotte, in North Carolina. And he did so many great things, set so many records for Duke, which has been fun to watch. But that's okay. He's going to do great things in the NBA, and we're excited for when the draft comes along. But now we got to jump into this episode with the guy that we're really excited about. There's been a lot of speculation around the Duke basketball team of what does our roster look like next year? And a guy that's been constantly popping up is Sebastian Wilkins, who plays for Brewster Academy. He's actually in the 2026 class, but they're talking about him maybe reclassing to this year's class. And so we got to talk to him just a little bit about his basketball journey at Brewster Academy in different schools, what he's looking at going into AAU ball, and just kind of to hear his story through faith. And we really enjoyed talking to him. So without further ado, let's jump in. Sebastian Wilkins, let's go. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Twins Take Podcast, and we got a really, really awesome guest hopping on with us today. We got none other than one of the top power forwards in the entire country. We got none other than Sebastian Wilkins.
Let's go, baby.
Appreciate it.
Bro, first of all, thank you. Thanks for coming on a Monday night. How's basketball been now that you're kind of out of school season, into travel ball? How's that been?
It's been pretty good. We just got wrapped up our first session of Adidas
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And it's been going pretty well.
Yeah, man. How's the competition out there? Is it kind of fun seeing a ton of guys that are kind of going for the same goal as you?
Yeah, it definitely is. Like it gets really competitive, I'll say.
Yeah.
And like this year there's a lot of talented players, and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Bro, we love it. And specifically for you, we kind of just want to start from the beginning of your journey. When did you really start to play basketball?
So I started playing basketball at like a young age. I want to say like five, maybe four. My dad took me to this park and like the summer league, and that's kind of how it really began. But I'll say like I really started like taking it serious and knew I had like a place I could go with this
Yeah.
towards like eighth grade, I want to say.
Bro, dude, that's really cool. Did how big of an influence does your dad, I guess, have with like throughout your basketball journey? Was it really him kind of showing you the game and then you kind of taking it from there?
Yeah, he definitely started it, and I'll say like he kind of like helped me throughout my entire career and stuff, and like
Yeah.
Just learning more and more on my own and like seeing where I need to be, I'll say, kind of help.
Yeah, did you play any other sports growing up besides basketball?
Yeah, I played soccer and lacrosse growing up.
Yeah, when did you kind of realize you're like, man, I'm I'm gonna throw those away and just stick just to basketball at this point?
So the thing was, people actually told me I was better at soccer than I was at basketball.
Really?
But I didn't like love it as much as I love basketball. So, I want to say around like fifth, sixth grade, I dropped soccer,
Wow.
and I just played basketball only.
Man, well, obviously, looking back now, you definitely made the right decision. Um,
Yeah.
Kind of going into high school, starting off at a completely different high school, was were you nervous kind of going into the varsity level, or were you just did you know you were ready for it?
So personally, I felt ready for it because
Yeah.
in eighth grade I was playing up 16U for my AAU team.
Wow.
So that kind of gave me like an advantage, I'll say, and I kind of felt like used to playing against high schoolers already. So I felt ready to be honest.
Yeah, bro. What was it? What was it like playing at Lawrence Academy, and did you enjoy the guys on that team?
Yeah, those are like some of my favorite moments, memories,
Yeah.
and it was great. Made a lot of like long lifetime friends there and stuff like that. I had a real good time.
Dude, that's so sick. And you ultimately like transfer. I guess transferred. You transferred to Brewster. What like was kind of the biggest decision? Because I mean, and we can speak to it too. Like we literally transferred schools midway through our junior year for sports
Mhm.
for similar reasons, and that transition isn't always easy, especially when you're with a group of guys. Like how hard of a decision was it to kind of go to a completely different school, and was it an easy decision?
No, it wasn't an easy decision at
Yeah.
all. Because like those are people that I came in with and like the friendships I made. And like it wasn't easy at all, but I knew I had to do what's best for me and like Brewster had ta takes more basketball more seriously and for me that was something I knew I needed and I had to take advantage when it popped up.
Yeah, did you have and I know Brewster and Lawrence Academy are in like complete different places. Did you have to completely like leave where you were to go to because they're in two different states, right?
Yeah, so at Lawrence Academy I was boarding. It was
Oh,
only an
okay.
hour away from my house. But Brewster I'm still boarding and that's about 2.5 hours away from my house.
Is that hard at all to be away from like your family?
Um It is a little bit,
Yeah.
but I've grown into it and got used to it. At Lawrence is a little easier because like I knew like on the weekends it was easy to come home, only an hour
Mhm.
drive. But here at Brewster, we have practices on the weekend, and
Wow,
like I'll say Lawrence definitely got me prepared for that.
dude, that's sick. I mean, that's crazy, and kind of just junior. I mean, you're a junior, right?
hmm
How like have you like balancing basketball and school? Is that a hard thing for you, or are you able to balance them pretty good?
For the most part, I like to say I balance it pretty well,
Yeah.
but there is sometimes I slip up a little bit and have to get caught back up.
Bro, I'll tell you what. I got I have AP finals the rest of the week, and I'm not ready
Uh-huh.
for those. But dude, it's actually sick watching. Like, it's so cool to watch how you do it because I mean, we run cross country and track and all that, but like the level of basketball every weekend in the spring and like that's some next level stuff with finishing up this year.
Yeah.
Dude, we'd love to talk a little bit about your season this year at Brewster. What was kind of your favorite part about the season? I mean, you particularly you had a crazy year, bro. But what do you have a kind of a favorite memory from this year?
Uh, Mm, I'll give you two memories. I'll say my favorite memory with my team
Yeah.
um, was kind of when we all went to Vegas for our UIBL tournament,
Yo, that's
and
sick.
yeah, and then we went straight to Hawaii right after. And then for personal, it'll probably be my game winner against Link Academy, I'll say.
Bro, that's
Yeah,
insane, bro. Well,
yeah,
Vegas and then Hawaii and then a game winner. Dude,
yeah.
how was Hawaii, bro? Like, how many basketball players in high school get to say they go to Hawaii, bro? How was it?
It was amazing. Like, so it was the it was December when we went, so Brewster was just covered in snow and stuff like that,
That's
and
crazy.
like just getting a break from the warm weather, going to the beach the first day we
Yeah.
got there, it was amazing.
Bro, yeah, there's nothing like leaving like home when it's cold and then going somewhere
Hmm.
where it's warm, bro. Dude, I'm so
Yeah.
jealous. That's actually sick. Okay, so you take the game winner against Link Academy. Bro, what was the feeling like? Like, were you when you were taking that shot? Like, what was kind of the like? What were you processing through your head when you were about to shoot it? And then what was the feeling like after you hit the game winner?
So I'll say the thing was the play wasn't really meant for me, I'll say.
Oh, really?
So I knew once I got it, I'm a really confident player and like I feel like I can always hit a clutch shot. So I was just like I just gotta bring my team home. And I was having a pretty good game, a pretty good second half, so it just carried over.
Dude, that's an awesome dude. That's crazy. So, bro, we'd love to talk a little bit about kind of your recruiting journey so far, bro. What so we want to know who was kind of like the first school that offered you, and then what was the feeling of man, I really am like gonna be able to play at the next level. What was that kind of like?
So the first school to offer me was Rutgers, and
Wow.
it was like a surreal feeling. And because like kind of previously in a couple months I was kind of
Yeah.
having like a little bit of self-doubt because I was seeing like other kids my age getting all these offers
Mm,
and stuff like that, and I didn't have any offers. So like to get that offer, like it didn't really put me at ease, but like it kind of
yeah.
gave me more hunger and like fuel.
Yeah, you go
Mm,
first.
bro, I mean, that's incredible. And then kind of going a little forward, obviously, it's starting to get a little crazy for you. Have you enjoyed the whole process?
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. Seeing all these schools like actually like
Yeah,
look into me and like care for me and like want me to join their program has been like a heck of a ride.
dude, dude, that's really cool. When you're kind of looking like for a school, like what's the biggest thing, that you're looking for, like in the next level of like where you'd want to play?
I'll definitely say like a place that would develop me, but
Yeah,
also like develop me not only as a player but as a person as well, and like kind of understand me for who I am and
yeah.
like just like help me grow.
Dude, yeah, bro. I think bro, if I was in if I was in your position, I'd probably be saying the same thing. I gotta ask you, and you can say as much as you want, because I can take out whatever. But you were at Duke this past weekend. How was it, bro?
It was amazing. I had a real good time, me and my family. It's amazing. I can't lie. Like just learning about like I already knew about everyone like kind of already knows about the history of the
Right,
program and stuff like
right.
that, but kind of learning about like what it takes to get to that and like what steps they take. That was really interesting and stuff like that and fascinating.
Yeah, man. I mean, the cool thing about it, which and we were talking about this earlier, is like regardless of whether like wherever you go, like to have an offer like that is crazy because there's not a lot of guys
Yeah,
that can say that.
yeah.
And we were cracking up because I'm a diehard Duke fan. He's a diehard UNC fan. So
Oh,
like
really?
the rivalry in our house
Yeah,
is like unreal.
yeah, we don't talk after the games.
Yeah, we were at I don't know if you saw like the ACC like championship when Duke and Carolina played,
Yeah.
and was Weathers like stepped over the line on the free throw to like kind of like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
when
I
they
know
lost
exa
the
at the
game.
end of the game.
And
Yeah.
Jackson, we were literally at the game, and Jackson like would not speak to me. Like literally
Uh,
left our seats.
I took a lap around that arena by myself. I was not it was not a good day.
But bro, that's so cool.
Yeah.
We were looking at your bio, and there was a bio verse. I'm actually gonna pull it up. There was a bio verse you had on your Instagram bio, and I was gonna ask you about it. It was Psalm. I'm pulling it right now. My phone's being slow.
Mhm.
Sorry about that. Okay, it was Psalm 27 1 through 2, and it said, "The Lord is my light and my salvation; whom shall I fear?" How important is that to your life and your kind of faith?
So I'll say it's definitely important because like when I was like reading it, it really hit me hard because I was like sometimes like taking in basketball, like sometimes
Right.
you're definitely gonna like have fear and stuff like that and like be nervous, but like knowing like God's with me and stuff like that,
Mm,
I have really nothing to be worried for. Like I know like at the end of the day everything's gonna be good and like
yeah.
everything's gonna like work itself out.
Yeah, I think like, and I think it's really cool too, because especially like kind of in the generation we're all growing up in is like whether it's phones or just everything is more anxious, and you almost feel like you have to take it on yourself, whether that's
Yeah.
basketball or like everyday life. But like I always need that reminder of like God's got it, and I don't
Hmm.
always want to give it to him, but bro, I think that's such a special verse. Um,
Yeah.
so bro, you're finishing school ball, you're in summer ball, and you're looking into next year. What's kind of your goals going into the end of the summer and then next year?
Uh, I'll say my goals for the end of the summer, um, kind of show these different coaches what I could actually bring to the table,
Yeah,
stuff like that. I want to have like a great AAU year. Hopefully, win Adidas. That's the main goal
that'd be
for the
awesome.
summer. And next year, I'll say I just want to get back to where we were this year. We lost in the semifinals to Columbus, and I just want to like get back to that and get over the hump.
Bro, I mean, I think y'all got a really good shot at
Yeah.
doing that. Y'all are bringing
Yeah,
in a really good team. Um,
yeah.
Kind of just looking back over your kind of career, I mean, very short career. It's going to be very big, but starting off, what's kind of been like your favorite memory that's kind of just overall over your career so far? Yeah, I know that's a tough question, so it's okay if you need a minute.
Uh, my favorite memory. I think my favorite memory, I'll give you like two. My favorite memories was probably this season for sure, this entire season,
Yeah,
and my 2023 AAU or class of 2023's AAU summer, my 17U DSSB team. I had like a real blast summer with them. We actually won the Adidas Championship in
bro.
California, which was great.
Bro,
Yeah,
that
y'all are
that's
traveling all over the country, dude.
yeah. I'm
Hawaii,
Yeah,
California, Vegas, bro.
yeah.
I'm jealous. What are some of your favorite things to do outside of basketball?
Outside of basketball, I'm always hanging out with my friends. I'll be on the game with them late night, stuff like that. We're always like getting good laughs and
Yeah, dude, when you're out in those big tournaments in like in Hawaii or Vegas or wherever, and you play the games and then you go back, and kind of just hang out with your teammates. What's the favorite things to do like when you're like in a complete new place? And I guess you're away from home. But what's your cool like the favorite thing to do when you're somewhere new with your teammates?
A lot of times we'll like go into the city.
Yeah,
Like when we went to Hawaii, we actually we walked around the city and stuff like that, and like all these like street performances, just watching it with
that's
my
cool.
teammates. Yeah, I like to do that and like just getting like seeing like the scenery and stuff like that. I'll say.
Yeah, man. What do you think? What do you think's the biggest kind of trying to think the right word like challenge you've had to overcome through your basketball journey?
Um, I'll probably say confidence.
Yeah,
Sometimes I wasn't as confident as I should be. Um, Sometimes it's like, am I really that good? Trying to figure that out. And I kind of, as soon as like I'll say like I started believing in myself, everything got easier. I started performing better.
yeah,
Um, and like people's belief in me started to grow over time.
bro. Dude, I think you wouldn't know it because the way y'all are playing this year, I mean, it's crazy. And we were talking about this earlier too. Like even the loss, like in Nationals to Columbus, like y'all were with them right. Like at halftime, the
Yeah.
game was like tied. Like
Yeah.
what y'all could do next year, I mean, is crazy. Is the thought of reclassing still an idea or undetermined yet?
It's still definitely an idea. It really depends on um like what schools could like bring to the table and like what
Right.
they envision for me and stuff like that. So it's definitely still an idea. I'm not saying it's out the window and stuff like that, but I just still gotta see wait and see.
Bro. Bro, well, we're excited, man, dude. Thank you so much for hopping on a Monday night.
Yeah,
We appreciate it,
appreciate you having me.
guys. Everyone, go follow him on Instagram, all his platforms, man. Dude, thank you so much for hopping on.
Yeah, I appreciate it.